So many good things have been said about me that I have started thinking about me once again, reinventing me today. But let me assure you that I would try to be a person that you have spoken about me. So thank you for all the good words. Honorable Dr. Suresh Kumar, President of ISBA, Shri Ashish Kumar Singh, Additional Chief Secretary, Government of Maharashtra, Dr. Ramaswamy, CEO, Maharashtra Innovation Society, Mr. Prasad Menon, Vice President ISBA, Mr. Ashish Garde, all the dignitaries present here, all the participants, ladies and gentlemen, it's absolutely my proud privilege to be invited and interacting with you at ISBA Conference 2023. I think the theme of the conference is really great, which is about incubating the next generation ideas. And I think that is absolutely need of the day. We are actually experiencing a very excited and a very renewed sense of entrepreneurship in our country. It's really exciting time for India. The way we are progressing, I think we can say that we are unstoppable. In fact, under the leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji, the way India has progressed in the last 9 years is absolutely unthinkable. We were 10th largest economy of the world in 2014, and today we are world's 5th largest economy. So we have gone up 5 numbers, and the biggest moment of pride is that we surpassed the economy of our erstwhile imperial ruler, that is Great Britain, and we are now a bigger economy than Great Britain as well. And now our Prime Minister says that by 2030 we will be world's 3rd largest economy. And our way towards making India 3rd largest economy travels through innovation and technology. And I think the organizations like ISBA have a great role to play in this journey. Today, we can see that the geopolitical situation has given us a lot of advantages, especially post-COVID, when the entire world realized that for the global supply chain, they cannot remain dependent on one single nation, and they have to have a +1 policy. I think opportunity for India started. We all know that for 30 years, China has played a role of being the factory of world. They have produced for world, they have manufactured for world, they have created technologies for world, they have created innovations for world. But during COVID, the world understood that it cannot put all its eggs in one basket. It cannot rely on a country which doesn't respect intellectual property, which believes in reverse engineering. And today, when the world decides that we have to have a policy of China plus one, that plus one ultimately is becoming India. Especially those economies who are dependent on technology and innovation are more keen to move to India. I've recently been in Japan, and I was talking to several ministers, I was talking to several industry captains, and all of them were of the opinion that we invested heavily in China and our basic ideas have been stolen by China, and they have modified those ideas and is doing business on the basis of those ideas. So they were very keen looking at the way we have developed our nation, the way we have created all the formats. They feel more safe in India. So they said, we want to come to India, our next destination is India, and they are exploring possibilities of locating themselves to India. And this is happening world over. So I think it is really exciting time for India. It is very challenging time for India, and it is opportune time for India to stand to the opportunity. If we talk about our Honorable Prime Minister's dream of 5 trillion economy or a $1 trillion economy which we claim in Maharashtra that we will achieve, because if India has to achieve a 5 trillion mark, Maharashtra has to be a $1 trillion economy, and the way towards $1 trillion economy goes through technology and innovation. Because all of us know that technology is a leveler. Technology doesn't discriminate. It doesn't know whether a person using it is a man or a woman, is from which caste, color or creed. It always has a virtual queue, first in, first out is the mantra. And that is why technology has power to disrupt, has power to change. And I think this power of technology, this power of innovation is something which can make us leapfrog. Today when we see our economy growing at such immense pace, what is the reason? It's about our younger generation embracing technology. Today, when we have more than 100,000 registered startups, and almost 90% have grown in last 7 to 8 years, from where this speed comes? I think the demographic advantage of India is behind this speed. A country which has a median age of 27 years, a country with so many youngsters, and with a millennial generation, which is born with technology. I think this is a huge scope for us to leapfrog using these technologies and these innovative minds. What they really need? They really need incubators. Incubation is a key. Any idea is just an idea until it is incubated. And I think this is the way forward. We have to create an ecosystem for every idea to incubate, to transform that idea into life-transforming idea, into a business concept. And I think today, the way Indian startup ecosystem is doing, we are now world's third largest startup ecosystem. And I'm sure in next 3 to 4 years, will be world's second largest startup ecosystem. It's because of people like you. It's because of the organizations like ISMA. I think today, the government of India has taken so many good decisions. President Dr. Suresh Kumar was telling, it's because of your initiative, but so many decisions have been taken by which this entire ecosystem of incubation is progressing. We believe that for economy to progress, two things are very important: speed of travel and speed of data. Speed of travel is important because it improves quality of life. It creates a new possibility for a supply chain. It connects people. And speed of data today is most important. We know that with the advance of 5G, things have been changing. Every sphere we can see the changes. Today the marketplaces are also changing. Today social media has become marketplace. Instagram has become marketplace. So look at the ideas of people, the way they are creating new marketplaces is also something very amazing. And I think with this technological advancement, with AR and VR, with AI, the things are changing very fast. As mentioned by Dr. Ashish Singh, just look at our future. AI is going to change the entire job market. The things which we have been doing, now we will have to do it differently. And there, the role of skilling is very important. Because we have to learn, unlearn and relearn. That is today's mantra. Everybody has to upskill, has to embrace the new skills. And there is always a debate about man and machine, whether AI is going to outsmart us, is a debate of the day. But we must not forget that the algorithms of AI are also created by humans. Technology is a tool. It is a horse on which you can ride. Nobody should be scared of technology. It was the same fear when the computers came and people used to say that the generation will be jobless due to computers. No, it didn't. It just changed the way we have been doing things. So we have to be open for doing the things differently. And I think that is the mantra of technology and innovation. Today, our innovation society which we have created is doing wonderful job. Our policy, I am told already, it has been explained, is paying dividends. Today our 19 incubation centers are actually creating a startup ecosystem for tier 2 and tier 3 cities. And if you look at the startup ecosystem today, around 40% of startups are from agri sector. Today, what is holding us back in development of economy, it is the agriculture sector which lacks technology and innovation. But today, when we can see that our youths from tier 2 and tier 3 cities are developing techno-based startups into agriculture space, whereby not just production is impacted, but the market access is improved. The predictability in the agriculture sector is coming back, and I think that is the way of changing lives of people. Today, when we talk about startups, I must tell you that Maharashtra is the startup capital of India. There are many cities which boast that they are the startup capitals. Yes, they have done wonderful things, and I am very happy about all those megapolis, megacities. But when you look at the absolute numbers, India's 23% startups exist in the state of Maharashtra. Out of 110 unicorns in India, 26 unicorns are present in Maharashtra. So I think this innovation and startup ecosystem is very well developed now in Maharashtra, and especially the fintech, because we are in a financial, commercial and entertainment capital of India, and I think fintech is something where Maharashtra leads the way. So I think this ISBA conference is happening at opportune time and at appropriate venue, that is Mumbai, that is Maharashtra, which is actually fostering all the ecosystem which the members of ISBA have been trying to create in the entire country. Dr. Suresh Kumar, I would like to assure you, you have put forth 3 demands or 3 wishes. So I would like to assure you that I will take them to the appropriate authorities and will create appropriate ecosystem so that all these 3 demands are taken care of. I would once again like to welcome you all, and I am sure that the outcome of this conference, ISBACon 2023, would enrich the innovation ecosystem of India, and from the Government of Maharashtra's side, I would like to assure you that we will be the first government to act on the takeaways of this conference. Thank you for having me here. Thank you for listening to me. Jai Hind, Jai Maharashtra.